like in Jasper?
It is right now. It's cold. It's just got done snowing yesterday. Ice is melting, so that's good.
So you're in your van now? Is that where you are?
Yes, I am in my van. I am on my way to lunch.
Oh, okay, cool, man. So what type
Yeah.
of project? What type of project you got going on today?
I'm working on a repaint. Customer wants, her house was like a greenish color. She wants it a little bit lighter to a kind of like a bluish white color. So
Okay.
So
that's an interior, right?
Yes, interior.
So now,
Yes.
how many guys you got in your crew?
Just me. I had to let 2 guys go. They they set me back on a couple jobs, and
Really?
they didn't do too good. So couldn't have that. My name's on the line, a reputation.
Absolutely, that's your brand is all you got, right?
Right.
So like, how do you get your work? Do you advertise? Do you word of mouth? How do you do that?
All of it. When I started out, I didn't have anybody, didn't know anybody, and I painted a buddy's house, and he's like, "You need to get some business cards out." So I got that out. Went to my local paint stores, put it in their business card selections, and I got a Google, and then after that, it was just word of mouth. That's how I've been getting a lot of my jobs now.
Good. A lot of referral work.
Yes.
So now let me give you I'm a retired painting contractor, just so you know, and I've done a lot of work, nothing really great. I've done work on Park Avenue and Sutton Place and places like that. I was like high-end residential in particular, and so I'm just reaching out to people as just to stay in touch, to chat. Maybe I could help you out in some way. Anything like here's one thing I think a lot of people need help with is their contracts. How do you write your contracts?
That's actually something I'm working on. I just typed one up, and there's still little loopholes I'm trying to, cover up, so there's no confusion. But
like what?
Yeah.
Like what? What do you mean?
Well, for instance, the reason why I started the contract is because I walked into a job, started working, and they had a roach problem. And the next day, that same day, I had another job lined up, and I was like, I can't walk into this person's house if I have roaches on me, and I can't bring them to their house. So what I did is I told that customer, I said, it goes against their policy and their contract that, if it has infestations, just take care of it. I need to make sure that it's clear, safe for me and my other customers. And she just got real upset, and I was like, it is what it is. And I'm more than happy to come back and finish the project if you can just show me that, we're good. Of course, I didn't go back because she didn't like it, but it's just, I'm protecting myself and my future client. But that's why I kind of started that contract. And I also needed like 30% down just to make sure I could pay for the materials and the stuff like that.
How do you handle, I'm sure you've had this situation where people want more than they contracted for. How do you handle that?
I normally just tell them up front, I'm like, yes, I can do that, but it's going to cost you this amount. And if they like it, they like it. If not, well, I'm like, it is what it is. Price is the price.
Well, here's what I found. I found that in my history, people would hold the payment up if you didn't do these last little tidbits for them.
Yes.
Have you run into that?
I have. There was one customer I had finished the house, and there was one room that just needed a touch up behind the toilet area. And she's like, I'm not paying you until it's all completed. I was like, I'm more than happy to come and check it out, see what the issue is. Went back, come to find out, it's where the little toilet paper roll, they nicked the wall. So I was like, all right, I'll fix it, whatever. Fixed it, patched it up, painted it, we're done. She finally did give us the money, which I was happy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Well, you know, I think that's like a borderline between customer service. That's a customer service thing. That's not a problem. We do that,
right.
but like, you know, I found that on. Here's what I'm saying. That you know what a change order is?
I did not.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, that's where the original agreement was this, and then they changed it to something else. Yes, I've had that. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I painted the whole upstairs a white color. She didn't like it. She wanted it a gray color. So I was like,
Right. Okay.
here's
So I'm
right.
asking you, how do you handle that contractually? That's what I'm asking.
Well, there's two ways I do it.
Mhm.
One is I show them, here's the original agreement, because I have it handwritten down, but I also have the hard copy underneath it, and say, so this is what we originally agreed to, but now that I'm redoing the work and cost time, and because time is everything, um, I basically just show her that, and then I'm like, we can either work this out, or something like that. But it just depends, like, because this one customer in particular, like, I became friends with them, and our kids, they started playing with each other, and me and her husband, we started hanging out. I was like, out of the goodness of my heart, I'm not going to cost you anything. I'm just going to redo it, whatever. Luckily, I didn't get too far into the project. I just painted one little area just so she could see what she's getting into as well. And also had extra paint left over from her previous job, so it was perfect. It worked out. But
So how do
that's what I
you
would do in that situation.
when you okay, like for me, what I did was I would specify the color in each room.
Right.
I put that into the
Um,
contract. And what I would also do is I would also include my change order, that if they change, it would be X amount of money per man.
right.
And so what I found was that people very rarely, if ever, change their minds.
I've only had that happen once.
Well, you're
I'm
fortunate,
lucky. I'm lucky for that.
you know. But I mean, like for me, it was like until I put my change orders in, a lot of people wanted these extra freebies. And when I put the change order in, they stopped, but I used that opportunity to provide better customer service. In
Right.
other words, if you wanted me to do a little something extra, I would do it, not because I had to, because I wanted to.
Right.
So now, why would someone use you as opposed to another painting contractor?
Well, a lot of people, they want that connection with somebody that's down to earth with them, that's that cares about what they want, that'll care about their project. It doesn't matter if it's a cabinet job, it doesn't matter if it's a front door. They want their house to look good. They want, everybody wants that dream home kind of look. So it's like, I can provide that. I care just as much as you do. You want something done, I got the skills, I can do it. So, it's something I want to do.
So let me ask you this: how did you get your knowledge? How did you get your training?
Um, I had a lot of different teachers, and basically, a good teacher is, you can still hear them when they're not in the room. So,
Yeah, right.
you're doing one thing, and it's like, oh, I can hear somebody saying, hey, you better fix that. I'm going to knock you over the head. But I've just, watched other people do the work. I've, tried to listen to the guys that were training me and trying to show me their bit of knowledge of painting. I've had those several people that have, you know, discouraged me, but I just kept with it because this is something I wanted to do. I liked it. It was relaxing. It was fun, and sometimes it is easy, and sometimes there is a good challenge, and I love
Yeah,
challenges.
right. And
So,
I'm gonna say relaxing the fun. What you talking about, man? It's always you're under the gun, Jack.
yeah. So I just stuck with it, and some people tell me that you're never going to be as good as this person. You're not going to be a painter. You should just quit now and go work in a factory. Not
What?
gonna lie, I did. I worked in a factory.
And now you know better, right?
Oh yeah, I worked in a factory for 2 years, and I had another buddy. I got his business started. I went and helped him out with a couple jobs, kept him running, and as he went out and did estimates, and he couldn't continue to pay me because he's just starting out. So I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the joy of it. Like, I love helping you. So I helped him out, went back to the factory, and 2 years later, I called him up. I was like, hey, dude, factory's killing me. I was like, do you need anybody? He's like, it's funny you say that because I just fired 2 people. I'm like, all right. Said I'm worth 2 people, so let's do this.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So
You got no shame in your game, right? You confident
right,
match, right?
I knew what I had to offer.
Okay.
So a week into it, I became the project manager. Went in, started managing the jobs, made sure everything was done, and put my 2 cents worth of training people. And after that, I just started getting phone calls in my area, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. Said I don't want to, go back behind your back or anything. He's like, nope, you're good. Said, I need you to answer that call because you're honestly, you should start doing your own thing because you're worth that.
Right. I got you.
But
So now
so I did.
I know you're home for lunch. Now I don't want to hold you up from having your
Oh,
lunch.
you're fine.
Go right ahead and get into it, man. Chomp on that.
I already am.
All right. So it's like so how long you been in business now?
I've been in business for myself for a year.
Okay, great, man. How's that going for you?
I'm busy.
Well, yeah, I
I'm
mean
very busy.
this is the slow period, right?
This is a slow period. I'm busy.
Yeah. How'd you pull that off?
Word of mouth. Like, I just kept going after it, kept doing what I knew to do. And I just met those right people that knew somebody.
Uh-huh.
Funny thing is, I got 3 jobs from one person
Wow.
that I didn't even pay for. They were actually taking pictures of my family. We're taking family pictures, and I was like, "Hey, if you need a painter, I know a guy." Hand him a card. She was like, "Yeah, I know. I have a friend that has a house that needs to be painted." I was like, "Here you go." So I never heard anything back from her. Got a call from the person. By a local Sherwin-Williams, she asked one of the ladies there. She asked me. She's like, "Do you do interior?" I was like, "You know this. I do it all." She was like, "Okay, well, I have a friend that, can I give your number?" I was like, "Please." I'm not turning work down. So, come to find out, her friend that she referred me to, I got the job. And she goes, "Your photographer gave me your card, and also the Sherwin-Williams rep gave me your number." So that was 2 people that gave me referrals to that one person.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a good strategy, man. I like that. Right.
So after that, I started doing more work, and that photographer also gave my card to another friend who also knew the girl I was working for at the time. So they also knew each other. And she was like, yeah, he's doing a good job on my house. Here's his name and number. She's like, oh my God, the photographer gave me his card.
So you
Apparently
got,
they all work together.
right, you got a bird dog there for you, the photographer, right?
Yeah. So things worked out.
Good.
But yeah. And then I got a phone call from a construction company here where I'm living, and they actually had to let go of a couple painters because they screwed up a couple of their jobs.
Really? Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, well, they didn't tell me that at first. They gave me my first house, which was a huge house. I don't know why they gave me the biggest house they had, but they gave me the biggest house, and I primed it and first coated it in a week. And after they saw my progress and my work, they were like, hey, we have a house over here. We would like you to go fix it, go look at it, give us a quote, what it's going to take. I was like, okay, what am I walking into? Like, I know there's a previous painter there. What was the damage? What was, like, how bad is it? Like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, okay, take your word for it. I show up on the job. It took me a little longer than it was supposed to because it was a lot of damage. There was runs all over the walls, and there's places where they didn't prime and they just put first coat on. There's places where they, bumped the ceiling, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. But I finally got it done, and they were happy with it. So they're like, well, we have 5 more houses for you if you're interested. I'm like, yeah, I'm interested. Let's do it.
Okay.
Like, said it's literally about to start getting cold. Yeah, I'm interested. Let's do it. So I got into its new home construction.
So are you spraying these places or are you rolling?
I am spraying the primer and I am back rolling it. And then for first coat, I'll roll it.
Okay. And then you finish off with the spray?
No, I just,
You said
I just,
you said first coat you're gonna roll it. Means it's a second coat?
oh yeah. So I do primer, sand the primer down, first coat, and then second coat.
Right. So the first and second coats you roll.
Yes,
Is there a reason why you spray the primer?
it's just quicker. These houses are huge, and the ceilings are getting primed and the walls are getting primed the same color. So just do it all at once. Just plastic off the windows and just go at it. Put your earbuds in, respirators on, and just have a day.
So let's talk about the health and safety there, the respirator. What
Yeah.
type of because or I'm just curious about, you always use a respirator, correct?
Yes, when I spray, yes.
Is it air fed or just one of those type, or this type? What type you use?
It's the one that goes around your mouth. It has little,
Things on the side?
yeah.
How do you know when the respirator the filters need to be changed? How do you know
When I take the mask off and there's green or white boogers in my nose.
that? Yeah. That's a good sign, right?
Yeah. Usually when it gets in the mask, it's time to either tighten it up or get some new filters.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that is a good one. So now, what makes you different from other painting contractors?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know what they're like, but I can just tell you about me. I'm just honest. I keep you up front with what's going on. I keep the prices down a little bit, enough to where you're saying I'm not spending too much, but enough to where I'm also making a profit. And time is everything. So I tell them how long it's going to take, usually around how long it's going to take. If it takes longer, stop what I'm doing, inform the customer, tell them what's going on, why it's taking me this long, how much longer it should take, and go from there. I also show them other things in my work up front on the estimate, because they like to see what you've done, not just have some random painter come in and just slap paint on the wall and call
Right,
it good.
right.
But I also I show them that, this is my work, this is my pride, this is what I do. But that's me.
Well, that's great. That's great, Alex. So you're booked up for the winter now with those big 5 projects,
Yes. I am booked until March.
and you're working on by yourself.
Mhm. Yep.
So I'm willing to fly out there if you need some help, man.
All right. I mean, hey, don't threaten me of a good time.
So what do you got, a salamander in there? Or is it just the heat of the house?
And what the constructions?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. They have like a propane tank, but it's not propane. It's a diesel tank.
Okay.
It's like one of those Mr. Heaters. It looks like a cannon.
Yes, those are called salamanders.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Right. Well, they used to be. They can call them something new now. I don't know. It's a big tube thing. It has it's like a jet engine flaming out the front.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. Right. Okay, so now, how many gallons does it take to do one of these houses?
Well, these are custom homes, so it depends. Their normal 2,000 square foot house is not normally 2,000 square foot because it's super tall.
Yeah, right.
Anywhere from 15 to 25 gallons of paint
Okay,
on a good day.
and you use Sherwin-Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you using the industrial? I guess you're not shooting the high end stuff in there, are you?
Yes, I am.
Get out of
I
here.
don't have to. I don't have to pay for paint. The construction company, they supply all the paint for me.
Man, whoa, brother.
So
I mean,
so
back in
anything
April,
from that job,
Wait.
I am literally making profit.
so like back in April, when April comes, man, you can go to Florida, man. What you talking about, right?
That's the plan. Me and my wife, our anniversary is in April, so we're
Oh,
going to New
really?
York.
Are you
It
going to New
worked
York?
out.
What's
Yeah.
going to happen in New York? New York City?
Yeah.
I live in Newark. Right? I live right across the river in Newark.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what we're doing yet, but yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, man, but New York is such a great place, for the theater section, great museums, you got uptown, downtown, foods, you got foods galore, all types. It's an international city. You can go to Chinatown, Little Italy. There's a place in Little Italy called, I think it's called Luigi's, I think, or Anthony's or something like that. Great place, man. Great food, good environment, a lot of fun.
Sweet. Well, I love food, so
Yeah,
we're gonna be good.
They got a lot of places. So like, you have the Statue of Liberty, man. Oh, you got to go to the New World Trade Center.
Oh, what happened?
Back?
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm back.
And the New World Trade Center, man, is like humongous, Jack. It's just like huge, Jack. You got to see that. There's so many things you got to do. You only got a week over there, right?
Yeah, a week.
Yeah. So don't tire yourself out doing everything. Just do what you got to do. But it's a fun city.
Take that in mind.
Yeah. So what's going to happen after you come back? You got some outside work cooking, or you going to stay inside? What's going to happen?
Yeah, these new home constructions, they have a couple exteriors that I wasn't able to get to because it got cold. But so I'm gonna wrap those up, call them good and done, and got I think I have about 3 exteriors on my own that I've got, but I got stuff.
And so, like,
I'm not worried.
do you plan to onboard new personnel?
Eventually, yes, but right now I'm just taking it easy, just getting everything back in the banks, get everything back on track where I was before I hired them.
Oh yeah,
And then
okay,
and then I'll eventually move in that direction.
smart move. So now, any particular criteria you have for your new hires? You think any special criteria?
I mean, they need to drive their own. They need a
Okay.
vehicle.
Right.
Sometimes I'll supply the first round of brushes, but I think next time I'm just gonna say get your own stuff.
Yeah, bring your
Um,
own tools, right? Bring your own tools.
I mean, you don't have to have that much of experience or knowledge because I'll teach you the way that I need you to teach. But other than that, it's pretty much it. I will say we live in a druggy area, so no drugs on the job.
Oh
Um,
yeah, man. How do you handle that? I mean, because like, man, it's like that can really, damage your reputation, right?
yeah. So one of the guys I let go, he smokes the marijuana,
Yeah.
which I didn't care. I just said I don't. If it's on the job and if you're high on the job, you're gone. Said it's either on the weekends or whenever you're not here. Said if you come to work and I see it, you're out. There's no uh there's no first strike, second strike, third strike. It's just you're out. There's no
You're
questions
done.
about it.
You're done, right?
Yeah,
Right.
right. Like, and your friends, if you have friends, they're not allowed on the job unless they're interested in working with me. Then we can talk. But they're not allowed on the job with anything. Just get your work done. I mean, I try to have a good time with everybody. I have the radio bumping, and cracking jokes as we're working, making a good environment. I want people to be there so they'll give me the good performance. But
Right. So now, so I guess then how would you know if someone's, intoxicated or drugged out? How would you know when you interview them?
well, long story short, I was once a drug addict, so I kind of know some of the signs and symptoms and what to
Oh,
look for.
okay.
And my parents were also in the medical field, so it's like I really couldn't hide it from them.
Oh yeah, right.
So
We know what you're up to. I'll let you
yeah.
know.
Why do you smell funky? Come here, let me smell your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man? Got some,
I know.
I need some chocolate, mom.
I know what you're talking about, Ma. Yeah. So
Okay, that's good, man. So I know you're going to get back and get your time for the day. I won't take much more of your precious production time because I know. And you know what, man? One day they're going to have a thing called painter in the can.
painter in a can. That'd be cool.
You know what that? You know what that is, right?
Yeah, it's where you pop out a can and they paint your
Yeah.
house for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painter in a can, man. Or like, remember that Star Wars? They had that little thing R2-D2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I had this idea, man. Like you have one of those devices, right? You cover up all your windows and doors and everything. You program the R2-D2 and it sprays.
I like where that's going. It just spins around. That'd be cool.
Whatever it does, it's just like you don't have to be there. It just does it automatically.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, it only costs you $50 million, but I'll sell you one.
I mean, they already made a vacuum cleaner that wait, they make watch this. Just watch, okay? This is something my wife wanted. This thing vacuums up the house by itself.
Oh yeah, what's that thing called?
This one's called an iRobot.
It's called the Wizard or
Well,
something like that. And it does it. Yeah, I've seen those.
well, never mind. It's dead.
So don't be messing with her tools, man.
Worthless.
I told you, Alex, don't mess with my tools. So
Yeah.
so now let me ask you this. Like, do you do like it's added value, but do you have an added value to your business? Added
An
value?
added value. What's that?
Like one job I did, I started implementing added value. I started it was a unique job because it was a cedar shake siding, and they had to have a replacement. The replacement didn't match the existing siding. It didn't have the paint. So I was able to match it. I was able to fake it so it looks like the same thing, right?
Right.
So, so I did the rest of the house, but what I did was I cleaned his windows, right? So like this guy was an executive at CBS Sports. And when I did that, I got the inside, so I'm just curious, because competition is competition, but added value sets you apart.
Yeah, I do something like that. Like if I'm paying a house that has kids or, like elderly or something like that, I will put a smell good scent into the paint. So it doesn't smell like a paint, it smells like cleaning supplies.
Oh, okay,
Um,
what do you use, Simple Green or what?
no, Sherwin-Williams sells it. It's something you can put in your paint. They have orange, they have fresh air. I do not recommend those. Then they have like a clean sheet or whatever. It smells like lavender for like your laundry detergents. But it's good. It smells really good.
What's the
Um,
ratio?
Ratio is 1 ounce to a gallon.
Really? Okay.
So
And it
yeah,
smells good?
really good. Yeah.
Cool, man.
They usually use it in a lot of our apartments here. Like after like the cigarette smells going on,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll put that in there to kind of kill that smell. But I just do it just because it smells good.
Oh,
um,
hey,
but
I
another
learned some, that's great, man. Thanks for sharing that.
yeah,
Now,
another thing I do is I vacuum. Like if there's a carpeted area, I'll just vacuum it, make it look like it's a brand new room after I get done painting it. Stuff like that.
I was thinking, I'm in the process of building out a training program
Mhm.
for young people to learn how to paint. And one of the added values I'm going to build into the program is carpet shampooing.
Nice.
Because here's my thinking. Like, you go to a job and people may be cost conscious, so they're comparing numbers. And I would say, well, look, the two things I want to share is that one, we're not furniture movers,
Yep.
because, something happens, you're going to blame us, and we don't want that.
Yep.
However, if you want, I'll build into your estimate. I'll take off some money if you want us to move your furniture. Right. And number two, I give you a bonus that, if you want to take our job, at the end, I'll wash the windows in the room and I'll shampoo the carpet or bust the floor.
There you go. That'll work.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So, yes, I mean, I think the vacuuming that's standard. I mean, that, everyone should do that.
Yeah, they should.
No,
Some people don't.
you know what I'm saying? So what I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take, and plus it just adds my when I was ending my career there, I was thinking in terms of like, once you get in the house, what else can you do? Like,
Right. Like
how often do you clean behind your refrigerator?
not very often. I don't go
No,
back there much.
never.
Never.
And then
If there's a leak, I'll fix it. But
yeah, you know what I mean? And then you got refrigerator, you got the stove is the same, the oven's the same.
stove.
And then you got your lint and your dryer.
Right.
So my thinking was that once you get in, these are services I could provide for you. Like I put you on my annual, freezer cleanup thing, or I put you on my biannual gutter clean out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That'll work.
And I guess for some people, now people do the Christmas lights. Way to stay in touch.
Yeah.
So now, how can I help you in any other way? Anything you need to know?
I don't know.
What kind of brush do you use? You use Purdy's or Wooster? What do you use?
Right now, I'm using a Trilon brush from Home Depot. I haven't found that right Purdy. They don't make Purdy's like they used to anymore.
No, they don't. But there's a high-end Purdy. I heard there's a high-end Purdy, $40 brush. That
I have to look into that.
Yeah, it's a high-end Purdy. Because the new Purdy's are like garbage.
They are. They're the exact same thing as Worcester back in the day.
Yeah.
And Worcesters are now they're not the same anymore either. But they last a lot longer than the Purdy's now. So I'm kind of in between brushes on that, but I have found that the Trilon brushes, they're the orange bristled.
Okay.
I like it because of the color for one. Two, the handle is exactly like Purdy's.
Yeah.
And three, it's stiffer. It lasts longer.
Oh, really?
Keep it
Okay.
clean.
Try and
Yeah, if you keep them clean. And
what's the cost on that?
those are about anywhere from $12 to $13.
That's cheap, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got like 10 of them.
yeah, I mean, because the cheapest Purdy is $13, right?
Right. And the Purdy is like probably an inch for $13.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You ever hear of a guy named, the Idaho painter? You ever watch his videos?
I do.
Good guy, man. He's good.
Yeah. I actually bought a couple things from him, bought his caulk gun, and then I bought a lot of stickers. But
What's so special about his caulk gun?
just the color.
Oh,
Just the color.
Okay. So what's your favorite color, Alex?
Well, I like black and yellow, I try to keep the color scheme going on.
Okay.
But I also like to stand out. So I bought that the pink and black one to support breast cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So that's also the other reason why I bought that caulk gun. But yeah, I just like to stand out, pop.
So now I saw in one episode he was advertising the roller, the concave roller that fits into the corner.
Mhm.
It's a 9-inch sleeve, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to cut the corners because it goes over into the corner. So you don't have, so you save time by not having to cut in.
Right.
And have you tried that one?
I have not tried that one. I have done something similar. I call them zip rollers, but those little 4-inch rollers.
Yeah.
I just take those around the corners. We've done that. And then sometimes it just depends on how it lays.
Yeah.
Like how the paint dries, you can still see that 4-inch going around.
So Chris has a tutorial on that. Here's what he says, because he calls that haloing, where you can see that difference. So let's say, you're going to start from the ceiling down. So cut in from the ceiling first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as you cut in with the brush, you go back with your zip roller, right? Do that around. He suggests you do one wall at a time. So when you do one wall at a time, you do the same thing in the corners with the zip roller, baseboard, etc. So you don't want it to dry too fast. That's why he says do one wall at a time, because that way it'll blend in better.
Yep. That's the way I do it with a brush.
Yeah. Oh, so now we're using flat inside these homes, or are you using gloss finish?
I am using satin. I'm using satin on the walls, semi-gloss on the trim and doors.
So satin is a sheen, right?
Yes.
And how's that blending in? Is it blends in, and I mean, you can see the difference between the roller and the brush, or?
Not the way I do it, no.
So you're using your zip roller first, or?
No, I got away from that. I have been doing my brush and just a roller. One, I'm not using as many materials. Two, not as much paint, because we got 3 different products cleaning or painting with. So what I do is I take the brush and I brush around one wall at a time, and I'll take my 9-inch roller and get about this close to the next wall. And the same thing with the ceiling. I'll get up and I'll take it.
Okay.
Do this.
Right.
I'll get really close and you can't see it.
I got you.
And I'll tape the baseboards.
In other words, you just feather it in, sort of like.
So it blends together. Yes.
Cool, man. Cool. All right, man. So that's what I'm about.
Yeah.
I think contracts is to me, your contract is one of your better marketing tools.
Yeah.
I find that if I spell out everything, I use the scope of work. If I come into your room, I tell you everything I'm going to do, take off the switch plates, all that kind of stuff. And that way people see, because many people think, oh, it's just painting. But it's not.
Well, there are steps to that. There's a process to it.
Exactly.
Right.
You have,
right.
I put that in under my title of order of operations.
Yeah.
You know, so. All right. Again, any questions I can help you with? Anything you need to know?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So Chris, Idaho Painter's good. You ever hear about Eric Barstow?
I haven't heard of it.
Eric Barstow, man, check it out. He
Okay.
He's on YouTube. I'll put it in the chat here for you. Eric Barstow. This guy, man, for you, you're a young dude, man. This guy can help you out. Because see,
sounds good.
Ultimately, like I can see from the way you carry yourself, man, you're concerned about integrity, about the work and everything, and about people. But you can't only do so much yourself.
Right.
Right. You know, like I'm a number of years older than you, but I'm just telling you. In case you hadn't noticed. but you know, like time goes on, man. Like, you know, I can't do the same thing I used to do when I was your age.
Right. Right.
So you know, you gotta look ahead and start building for the point that you have other people, you know, that's your painter in a can. All right, so Eric Barstow, I'll put that in there right now, and he's on YouTube. All right, he's on YouTube, Eric Barstow. All right, you could probably get him right while you're working, man. You could be listening to what he's saying because he has these systems that help your business grow. You know, scale your business. You know, say, well, anyway, he'll tell you more about it. He's the pro at that. But he's, you know, fellas, I guess he's about maybe 40 or something like that. But he's interesting story, good guy. You might find it advantageous. So I know we're closing. You finish up your lunch. Anything you want to say to your customers and possible future customers?
Pick me.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, Alex, thanks a lot for your time, man. I'm gonna shoot this over to you. You'll have a rough copy of it. At some time I will edit it, but you have the rough footage. You can do with what you like, edit, whatever. Take bites out for your web page and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right. Because really, you can use it as a marketing tool. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Peace out.
All right. See you.
Right. The big A, the big red A.
The big red A. That's
Stand out. Yeah. Peace, Alex.
See ya.